I'm ready!
Yeah.
I've spotted something.
The doors loom above you, one step closer to the Council, one step closer to divinity. The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps. Beast looks not at you, or even through you, but beyond you, beyond the Academy.
I know I talk a lot, but I don't talk about the Isle of Mists that much. No reason to, most of the time. Can't stop thinking of that time today, though. My crewmates and me, we can handle prison. We can handle death, even. But ain't no one should handle the Isle. You don't see the mist. You don't hear it. It's just there. In front of you, on top of you, and in you. Then the ripping starts. Your dreams ripped away. Your thoughts, your self. It's in you, and it is you. Your body is meat, perfectly preserved. The mist keeps it safe. It's your soul that's boiled. I'm not looking to ascend because I want the power. I'm not doing any of this for me. I'm doing it so the rebels never need face the Isle. So the mist will never be in them. So they can be truly free. Fear. As soon as I stop Operation Downfall, I rejoin them. As far as I'm concerned, that's where my divine duties begin and end.
Whatever words he meant to come next go unspoken. The wide-eyed and tongue-tied dwarf can only nod and blush. He trusts you. He will be at your side.
So, I guess this is it. I can't see two ways about it. I need to be myself again. Finally. I can't risk getting shut out by this demon. It wants to keep me quiet, to rule in place of me. I need to make sure I'm strong enough that it can never seize control again. I won't let it make me silent in my own skin. I need to ascend. After the exorcism failed, I felt empty, blind. The only thing I could still see was you. Only you.
She takes your hand, holds it to her lips, and kisses your fingertips. She cradles her face in your palm for a moment, eyes closed, before letting your hand go.
Let's do this.
The Academy. My Academy. This place was home once. Now I'm not sure what home even means. But I know one thing. I may be the last of my line, but the hope for my people lives on through me. I must try to save them. I must ascend. It is the only way to guarantee that my race will never be snuffed out. I believe that you will. I trust you. Curious. I was sure I would burst into flames if I ever uttered those words. Oh well. Come, Godwoken. Let's claim your destiny.
Shallow says, show them your steel. The God King demands blood.
Obey him, honor him, feed him death. Your enemies shall be cast down. The wrongs of the Seven shall be put right, thanks to the gods.
I'll yield to none.
ready!
Death will become a thing of the past. Your enemies shall be cast down. The wrongs of the Seven shall be put right, thanks to the God King. Obey him, honor him, feed him death. A new world is coming.
Prepare you. Glory is mine!
Even though her tormentor is dead, the Magister is still paralyzed with fear.
Mama! Oh.
One step, then another, even closer. You've never felt so ready to kill, so on the brink of impending action. You're like a cat, all concentrated muscle, that split second before it pounces. Another step, even closer. The moment has finally come. You've found the Master. The eyes of predators meet.
Sabine?
He snaps his fingers, and you involuntarily snap to attention.
Here you go, breaking my heart.
He sighs, sadly.
I don't begrudge you your freedom. Your escape relieved me of having to witness your death by your own hand. The inevitable last command. I would have watched you, like I have all this time, glad to see you live, sometimes even laugh. I'm very fond of you, you know. Not yet.
Another snap, different fingers, different sound. You look to the ground. You're bowing before him.
Utter control. The tool of a tyrant, you think? But you're mistaken. Let me indulge you with an explanation. Everything I do for a much greater good. The supreme example of this is you. I am the House of Shadows. I am the Fate Weaver. I am the hand that guides a blind world. From darkness, light. What I did had to be done, Sabine. It had to be you, for you're the prime scion. The other scions knew you, welcomed you. They sought out their own killer. It was all so very elegant. My, you still have the needle I gave you. How very gratifying. A fine instrument, is it not? Precise, exact. Just like me. Just like you. I forced you to shed the blood of scions because rather than a killer, it transformed you into a savior of untold millions. Here's the final truth, Sabine. The true evil here is not me. It's you. The Mother Tree and her scions do not seek to carve out their own part of peace in this world. They seek to carve out the whole wide world for themselves. They want their roots to conquer every last inch of Rivellon. World domination. The prevalence of one race over all others. That is what they desire. That is what I counteract. Death, death, death. Did I create a monster after all? I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabine. But you came looking for me driven by no more than ordinary bloodlust. All you see is red. You've lost sight of all reason. You know how the scar works. You know I have but to sing a single tune. You've no hope whatsoever of defeating your master.
He sings. The scar song swells. 1,000 tiny needles in your soul, chipping away at your will. But then, from your core of cores, you can feel an unparalleled strength arise. You're God-woken, and you resist. The patient cat finally pounces. You strike, precisely, exactly. Your needle pierces his neck, spears his vocal cords, filling his throat with blood. Checkmated and muted, he staggers back, all a feared fury. This is it. It's time to kill the Master.
mine!
Heal yourself!
I'm ready.
I'll yield to none.
fading! Into the dark with you.
Greet the Reaper for me.
You look into your companion's face. He eagerly searches your eyes for any hint of how you must feel now that it's over, now that the Master is dead.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Gods, what a fight that was. You're finally free now, Sabine. I hope you'll follow up on my concerns as eagerly as you followed up on yours.
Yeah!
Lohse looks pale and unfocused. She doesn't meet your eyes.
Yes! I'm fine.
Well, this all looks familiar. Large, impressive, although we didn't. It is not enough for them. I mean, at this point, it's just tacky. It certainly has that air to it. Whatever place this was, we must access the count.
The Shadow Prince's spirit snarls at you, claws at you, but his spectral nails move harmlessly through your body. His fading eyes go wide with such abject fear, it is terrible to behold. And how very wonderful that feels. You are the Shadow Prince, master of the House of Shadows. A born rascal, you have spent many a long year honing your abilities. You have a rare skill with a knife in your hand, and you have taken that skill to heart.
Oh, lucky find.
Did the God King send ya? Did he send ya? I's ready, God King. They came out of nowhere and killed us all. I served the God King. Rise me up, God King. This ain't right. This...
The air is thick with heavy flakes of ash. The altar before you seems to radiate heat as you approach. An emblem of the sun glows faintly on the altar, but all you can hear is the hiss and rumble of the volcano and your own heavy breath. You are a priest of the kin, your face raised to the sun, your blood warming to the heat upon your skin. All is well, and then all is not well. Cries of war come from the shore, and death comes quick.
No idea what any of this means.
I can't make heads nor tails of this.
Reading of the wonders of Solstice, it's clear where her people get their feelings of supremacy from. Reading of the wonders of Solstice, it's clear where her people get their feelings of supremacy from.
It's clear where her people get their feelings of supremacy from. This is not quite the safest place I've ever been.
The spirit flails, casting about wildly, as if surrounded by horrific enemies. An animalistic whine emanates from him. He does not seem to be able to see or hear you. He howls with rage and scrabbles backwards, still unable to see you, but certainly suffering under the force of your source vampirism. With a last gasp, he disappears. Countless symbols. You make out one ruined line. The champion must offer a burning stone to the dragon's mouth. There's no reaction from either the inscription nor the skull. Brachus's spiky scribbles tied fire runes to the cult of the dragon. This altar would require a fire rune. Dolores lies dead at your feet. Perhaps he'd still be alive, had he not felt the need to abandon you.
It's sad indeed, but we must press on.
Folks are folks. He made his own choice. Nothing to do but carry on.
I'd hoped for better for him. At least he died for something he believed in.
Between the symbols is a remarkably simple answer. A burning stone, a rune of fire, must be offered to the dragon. You place the offering deep inside the dragon's mouth. Something in the dark seizes your wrist. The grip tightens to sheer agony. Cold metal presses against you to soothe the ache. When you reach for it, your fingers catch on a pair of greaves. As you pull the armor free, the bitterness of betrayal cuts through you. Ash clouds the room, hot as a forge. You stand high on a black cliff housing Zolstis's temple. Other lizards scream, declaring you a blasphemer.
I see you. And inside you is the strength I've been looking for. Patience. You must find the temple where the Devourer's loyal servant was abandoned. I will draw strength from there to speak again.
The vision fades. The cave's sharp chill returns, and with it, a cold aura takes shape behind you. Between the symbols is a... The dwarf's shoulders set...
Thank you, friend. Couldn't scarcely think before you. Name's Rufus, former dig site chief and archaeologist. Currently a dead dwarf. Being dead's not very special. I'm more impressed he can talk to me. Oh, damn cursed armor. Who strings a pile of bones together and lets it eat people? Empress paid me to dig up the bones of a dragon called the Devourer. Said they were the... I found what she wanted. She made him into armor, and when she wore it, well, said the guess when bones start talking, it's better. Suppose that'll teach me to be greedy. I wish I knew. Would love to be in the hall with the rest of my kin. But I'm a man of action, not magic.
A man's spirit.
Sweet.
Still haven't caught on, have you, sir?
Rufus, am I dreaming?
A strange symbol is carved into the stone. Details lost to the wear of time. Even blunted with age, the symbol resembles an arrowhead forged in flame. The cultist was told the arrowhead points the way. The symbol of the dragons. This is a sign of an ancient dragon cult. The sigils lead to a trial meant to test, but the arrowhead points the way forward.
I've spotted something.
The ancient temple of Zol crowns the cliff. Loathsome place, a fragment of memory. Followers of the false goddess betrayed you here. You preached the Devourer's blessings. He would bring them to greatness, searing pain. A stone hits your shoulder, a sharp crack, another glances off your skull. Your world turns red.
Ah, the fanatical soul. Hunted by Zolstice's followers, he fled back to the Outlaw Empress with the Devourer's words on his lips. There is no grudge, only a natural order. Predators and prey. The Empress was the Devourer's first champion. She laid the path for those who would follow. You...
Huge, invisible claws seize your throat. Just as you expect your neck to snap, a book materializes in your hands.
A gift of forbidden knowledge for my champion. A mere trinket compared to what I will give you. Your duty on this island is done. 2 pieces of the armor remain in the greatest city ever built by mortals. One lies in the Lizard's Enclave. The other in the hands of a man named Ken.
The massive presence fades, but you aren't alone. A cold aura lingers nearby as the last ashes fall.
part of the Divine Order's fleet, by the look of it. Hellfire must have rained down on them. Temple in the clouds. What holds this aloft?
Before you stands a shrine to Amadia, her solemn face carved of ancient stone. You feel a presence awaken within the stone. An ancient awareness. A light breeze dances at your heels. You feel yourself becoming lighter and lighter until you are borne aloft and floating above the ground. Then the awareness recedes from you, ebbing back like a tide until you are left completely alone. Alone. Before you stands this statue of Amadia seems ancient. You remember that the statue of Amadia in the Hollow Marshes bled. But no words from you can rouse this one to response. Whatever powers the gods once had has weakened indeed. Before you stands you feel a wintry wind. Then the awareness recedes. Before you stands you feel a presence of lightning flashes and thunder rumbles. Then the awareness. Before you stands you feel you feel your blood. Then the awareness recedes.
Did that cause a reaction? Find out what effect that had.
A lizard spirit bows deep before you. His torn garb resembles that of a priest.
May the Devourer bless your endeavors, champion of the dragon. Release? What purpose would that serve? We are bound to this armor in the Devourer's name. As you eat our souls one by one, the dragon's magnificence will be unleashed. We will be unified in flesh and steel. For years I was foolish. I served Zol Stissa, but she was a silent deceiver. Until I met the outlaw Empress, I was lost. The Empress saw I was truly faithful. but preaching a false prophet. She led me to the Devourer, to the endless voice of the dragon. The Devourer is true divinity. He always listens, always guides, and I was his chosen preacher, a voice to the masses. Yet the enemies of the Devourer are many. When I spoke the truth, we were forced into hiding, awaiting his rebirth.
The spirit of a Black Ring initiate stands before you. He seems to be smoldering. Spectral ash and smoke drift away from him. He sighs at his incinerated mortal remains.
Perhaps my sacrifice will be enough. Perhaps the God King will restore me to fight again.
The spirit puffs.
The God King rewards daring. I thought I could capture this place alone while the others were occupied. There's more dangers here than I would have credited with. You are no comrade of mine, outsider. You can go see for yourself and die in the attempt.
If the spirit still had a complexion, he would no doubt turn pale at this point.
Godwoken? No, wait, please! I'll tell you what I know. The Sentinels. They're no danger when they're moving. But as soon as they stop, that means they're about to attack. That's all I know, I swear! That's how they got me. I didn't realize I was in danger until it was too late.
Amadia truly is the mother of all magic, the patron of all who use source.
Amadia truly is the mother of all magic, the patron of all who use source.
Ugh, more of those damn sentinels.
What's that amongst them, on top of the pillar?
Our defenses are breached. Must I kill you now? It would pain me. You are not of the Black Ring. I am relieved. I greet you.
She gasps.
Forgive me, please. I hold this boon. It is Amadia's. It should be yours.
A pair of gloves, beaten and worn, but clearly of the highest value, especially to a wizard.
I came to the council to learn, but my words she did not answer. I'm Amadia's or...
She bows her head. A bird flits in the background as you approach. A sense of warmth and peace fills you. You reach out to Amadia, but all you can hear is the chirp of birds.
Our defenses are breached. Must I kill you now? It would pay. You are not of. I am.
She gasped.
Forgive me. I came, but my she'd go and
She ba- Before you stands this statue of Amadia seems ancient. With the grating sound of stone upon stone, the statue of Amadia moves to one side, revealing a secret room. The cloying miasma within the glass shimmers, and a face comes into view. A well-dressed dwarven woman, peering closely at you. With a hiss, she closes the mirror and is gone.
Yield to none.
Glory is mine. Prepare yourself!
I am the right hand of the king.
Show yourself!
Glory is mine.
I'm ready.
ready.
Invading!
Yeah.
He leers at you. You feel his hate, his rage, his blinding thirst for blood. Your blood. He reaches into your mind and fails. He has no power now. The power is all yours. He howls in pain and hate and rage and tries to push you away, but he cannot. So he closes his eyes and summons everything. A raging torrent of memories washes through you, so fast you can barely see an image before it's gone. An elven child, the moon, the sun, the void, the dirt. The death in the fog amongst the trees. And at the last, part of the key to the mountain. Ralik, Vrogir, and Zor-Stissa worshipping the sun. Suddenly, for the first time since you first saw his face, he shows you fear. The God King promised him immortality, but now...
No!
You are the Sallow Man, a twisted undead elf, your memories flashing through you like sparks from a blazing fire through smoked air, passing so fast you can barely see an image before it's gone. An elven child, the moon, the sun, the void, the dirt, a death in the fog amongst the trees, the ugly hag in the desert alley whose sight you took, an artifact that powers a lever. You strain to hold on to that one last memory, and at last it comes. The sallow blood within the meat was corrupted long before his death. It makes you sick, and then Sallow's memories are gone. The cloying miasma within the glass shimmers, and a face comes into view. A well-dressed dwarven woman. The cloying miasma... The broom upon the glass spins and whirls, but no face appears. The owner must be busy. Or dead. The mirror is cloudy and dark. No discernible image forms in its black depths. The bilious film reforms in the glass and becomes a knight in shining armor, sunshine glinting upon his helm, the light reflecting, masking his features. On seeing your face, he snaps the mirror shut.
Doesn't it?
Every time, God-woken. What? It doesn't matter. He'll fetch me like he always has. He won't deny me his glory, his presence, his scent. Has he not simply told you by now? Are you sure you're God-woken? That head of yours is awfully empty for a wannabe divine. Shouldn't you be wise or something?
Careful now. That's a trap.
Well, have we here? Looks like these came right from the traitor Queen's court. Holy coyote. The Black Ring's operating from right inside Justinia's court. Their spy's been bending her ear, driving the strife. She ain't just working for her own gain, but for theirs. Maybe. Certainly seems Justinia's got the willpower of a hungry sourcehound. But that means what she can get talked into, she can be talked out of. It's got to be. All it took were a few magic tricks for her to make Justinia's eyes all wide and wandering. But it'll take more than a little hocus-pocus to save Isabel once I wrap my hands round her stinking neck. Lucky find.
The unwholesome murk clears, to reveal more unwholesome murk, as if the mirror is lying forgotten at the bottom of a well. The unwholesome... A flat circle of polished black obsidian. The mirror is pretty. It had magic once, but now it's a mirror and nothing more.